What up, man? Happy holidays again from your boy JL, man. Uh, yeah. First off, this movie is fire. Y'all know I don't give fires out. I think I gave out like 3 fires in my whole movie review in lifetime. Like, this movie is fire. And with that being said, drums, please. This movie is called Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Anyway, first off, I gotta say, this is the first dope black woman film since Waiting to Exhale and Set It Off. Like, I ain't seen another black woman film since then that was dope as fuck. Like, this was dope. Like, all the majority of this motherfucking movie was black women. Like, for real. I didn't see Woman King yet, but this shit was hard. Like, good little black woman film, man. I love it. Anyway, all right. So to be serious though, I felt like, as soon as it came on, they handled the whole death with Chadwick Boseman well. Like, they knocked that shit out the park. Like, real shit. Like, I don't not handled it well, whatever you want to call it. They pivoted. They just, when it happened, I know it was unexpected for the whole team over there at Marvel and Ryan Coogler and all of them. But and the cast, they handled it. They did the best way they could do it. They did it the best way, like how they handled it. And as soon as I saw Ramonda, played by Angela Bassett, and Shuri, played by Letitia Wright, like, it was so, like, I had tears in my eyes. Like, I was just like, yo, this shit is real, because you could tell they was really fucked up from that. And it was like, yo, they put that shit on camera. They bared their soul on camera for that fucking role. And it was like, yo, they did an excellent job. The cast and the crew did an excellent job, and Marvel did an excellent job. And I just want to, before I even start, talking shit and praising it, I just want to say, RP Chadwick Boseman, and a job well done. So it's one thing. Now I'm gonna be funny. It's one thing with Marvel movies to me. It's like they all want their own identity as a movie, but then they do this thing where they have a shared universe and they team up. It was kind of like T'Challa died, but no Avengers showed up to the funeral. It was like, yo, where the fuck was you at, Bucky? Like, they took you in, gave you a whole new arm, guy. They gave you a whole new arm. Even in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the female soldiers came over there and took your arm off because you was tripping. Like, they know who you are. So I'm pretty sure you heard you could have showed up, bro. Evan Ross, you was in the first Black Panther. You could have showed up. Rhodey, where were you at, Rhodey? You was cool with the king. You know what I'm saying? And Sam, your ass was cool with the king too. You the new black Captain America. You should have been at the funeral. Somebody should have been. Y'all all went to Iron Man funeral. Everybody and their mama's at Iron Man funeral. But T'Challa, y'all didn't show up. That's wrong. That is wrong. And it's like every time the Dora Milaje come in, they fight. That shit get me chilled because that music come on there. Woo, 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 woo. And it's like, yo, when they fight, you just be like, oh, they about to whoop your ass. Like, I just get real hype. Introducing new characters called the Talking, and they some bad, like, they do this shit where they can sing and control you. Like, you kind of like, oh, I'm sorry if I'm saying too much. Spoilers. Anyway, they can control you. Like, they sing and shit, and they some bad motherfuckers, man. Like, they and it's led by Namor, who's a bad motherfucker. He's like the motherfucker of all motherfuckers. Like, he's a good villain. Like, I seen him, I was like, yo, Black Panther always know how to fucking make dope villains. Like, first Killmonger in the first one, now him, like, not skipping a beat. I like Dominique Thorne as an actress, man. Like, I liked her little wit. I liked her little swag she had. She plays Riri in the movie. The new Black Iron Woman or whatever. Riri. Yeah, I liked her swag. Like, I kind of like how, like, she had the same dynamic. She had, like, the dynamic with Shuri, like, Killmonger had with Black Panther. It was kind of like, they had different views. She was kind of like the city cool girl. Shuri was more uptight, more, royal family, you know what I mean? But they vibed and, they was cool with each other. So I like that whole dynamic. Like, another thing, I always gotta give a shout out to Julia Louis-Dreyfus, man. She played Elaine on Seinfeld. I gotta give a shout out. That's my favorite sitcom of all time. She was in the movie. She played Valentina. If you want to get a little sense of her movie, you gotta watch Black Widow, or you gotta watch the Winter Soldier and Falcon the Winter Soldier. You catch up on her story and see where she fits in the MCU. But she's a part of MCU now, and I gotta give a shout out to her because she came a long way. Like, she's the only person besides Jerry Seinfeld that's doing shit from Seinfeld. Like, she's doing big shit. And I have to give a big kudos to Julia. Yo, and anyway, I don't get to see my favorite actress till like that's something I'm mad at. I don't get to see my favorite actress until like an hour into the whole fucking shit. That's Lupita Nyong'o. She plays Nakia. Like, she don't even come into the movie until like an hour in. I was kind of like, yo, where's she at? I mean, I don't sound creepy, do I? I don't. I'm just saying, like, if I was in the same circle as her, I probably would shoot my shot. Okay, we're not gonna talk about it. No. All right, Kyle, I'm not talking about that. Like, I get emotional too, because it was like a line Shuri said, like, she knew her brother suffered in silence. And if you know the real story of Chadwick Boseman, like, he kept his cancer under wrap. He was suffering in silence. So when I heard that shit, I was like, yo, like, that shit was real. Like, he really suffered in silence. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, this movie had me emotional like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, and I don't know if that's what made me make it fire, or was it a good movie? But it was a good movie. It was a good story. Everything, like I said, the bad guys, or what you presume to be the bad guys, everything was done well. Okay, so I know I'm not one of those people that be like, oh, there's always a gang of women superheroes, and why are women blah 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 and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Do I notice that? Yeah, I do. But this movie, it was cool to see all these black beautiful women kicking ass, because it made sense in this one. It made sense that Shuri became the who she was, Black Panther. You know what I mean? It made sense because the Dora Milaje, they were all women. Like, it made sense what this movie did, and they did it right. And I can appreciate that shit, and I loved it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I have one gripe with this movie. One gripe. And the only gripe I have with this movie is I hated Ironheart's suit. Like, I'm so used to Tony Stark's Iron Man suits and how dope they are. Her suit just didn't measure up to me. That's the only gripe I had. Other than that, like, the movie, like I said, was fire. Like, that's the only gripe. The only gripe was her suit. I didn't like her suit. Like, I hated her suit. And other than that, we'll go off on a good note. This movie was fire, and stay for one end credit. There's not two like most Marvel movies. It's only one end credit. Stay for that. It's going to push the story forward for the next Black Panther movie, Black Panther 3. It's going to be a key component in that story. That's what I'm thinking. So with that being said, man, you guys take care. Be safe this holiday season. Peace. Thank you guys for checking out my page, and make sure you click that bell so you can see all the videos that I do. Follow me on Instagram. So check out the videos to the side of me, because they're just as dope as the ones you just watched. And with that being said, peace and goodbye.